So football stadiums are arenas where memories are made to last a lifetime, whether that be in person, watching on TV, or looking at pictures that you see over the internet. But the reality is, as time passes on, stadiums come and stadiums go. And my word, there have been some classics that we've let demolished to the ground. So grab yourself a cup of tea, grab yourself a snack, and let's take a trip down memory lane as we look through some old pictures and maybe some obscure stadiums that you weren't aware of as I was researching this video. And let's take a look at some insane football stadiums that no longer exist, and what better way to start than with an absolute classic at Highbury. So these days Arsenal play their home matches in the plush surroundings of the Emirates, who can argue? But who can forget Highbury, known as the home of football? The North London Arena was home of the Gunners way back from 1913 up until 2006, almost 100 years. So over the years, Highbury's four stands witnessed some spectacular sights, not least Arsenal's invincible season in 03-04. The Gunners harboured hopes of expanding the stadium, however their attempts were continuously dashed by the local community, leading to an exit to the Emirates Stadium. These days, a property development sits where Highbury once stood, which I'll put some pictures over the background of now. Though a lot of the old structure remains intact, including the main East Stand, which is now a protected building. It's now synonymous with Arsenal, the actual complex itself, but again, it's not quite what it once was. But have a look at a few of these pictures I'll be putting over the background. The final game at Highbury was against my beloved Wigan Athletic. Unfortunately, I wasn't there because, well, I was about 6, but they gave it the send-off it deserved. What can I say? Next up, we have the insane Vicente Calderon in Madrid. So home to, obviously, Spanish side Atletico Madrid from 1966 up until 2017. The Vicente Calderon was originally known as a stadium name that I'm not going to try and pronounce because it is very complicated and I don't want to anger any Spanish viewers. However, it was then renamed to honour the club's long-standing president back in 1972 with a capacity just short of 55,000 people. The Vicente Calderon also staged 14 Copa del Rey finals as well as 3 matches at the 1982 World Cup. One of the arena's most spectacular features was a dual carriageway that ran straight underneath one of the main stands, although it's now defunct. The Vicente Calderon was a thriller in its time, even playing host to a sold-out Michael Jackson concert in 1992 as a part of his Dangerous World Tour. Who knew? And although these days Atletico Madrid play their home games in the incredible Wanda Metropolitana, is it an upgrade? Potentially. But as for the Vicente Calderon, it was demolished to make way for a park. Listen, the grass isn't always greener, if you pardon the pun. And the next one on this list was a stadium I had absolutely no idea it existed, even until about half an hour ago researching this video. The Estadio das Antas, obviously in Porto, of course in Portugal. The third and longest occupied Portuguese club, FC Porto's, the 4 footballing homes. I know that they don't seem to be able to settle in any single stadium, but hey-ho. The impressive Estadio de Santos was in use from 1952 until 2004, and as well as being a stadium, the establishment housed an indoor arena with 3 training grounds. I mean, talk about being a jack of all trades. So with Porto keen on a modern upgrade, and Portugal then elected to stage Euro 2004, the Estadio de Santos was subsequently demolished shortly after the millennium, and its replacement, the incredible Estadio do Dragão, which I don't think anyone could have any arguments with because it isn't an incredible stadium to move into. I mean, no complaints there at the end of the day. But despite being destroyed 18 years ago, much of the site remains undeveloped. However, one solitary floodlight is still standing, perhaps somewhat acting as a beacon of hope that this once hallowed turf will one day be used again. Who knows? And finally, for this video, we're going to be looking at another fairly rogue one. I wanted to stay away from the likes of the old Wembley, Main Road, Upton Park, the bowling ground. Because we all know what they were like. We all know what they looked inside, this, that and the other. So I wanted to go for a bit of an obscure take on this video. We finish off in Italy. The Stadio delle Alpi, which was used between 1990 and 2006 for the 1990 World Cup and as the home of Juventus and Torino FC. The stadium got built again in 1990 as a playing venue for one of the stadiums of the 1990 World Cup. It was designed by Studio Hutter and can hold around 70,000 spectators divided over 3 tiers. From its opening match, the stadium was incredibly unpopular with both sets of fans. The ground had bad visibility from stands, every single one by all accounts as well from some of the research I've been seeing. The distance between the stands and the pitch due to the running tracks and the design left the spectators exposed to the elements, especially during the winter months, and that all contributed to the stadium's bad reputation and, well, eventual demise in 2006. So this stadium was pretty much a mess from start to finish by all accounts. But both teams, Torino and Juventus, ended up moving into their own stadiums in the late, noughties, 2000s, where the stadium was then demolished. And both clubs have been doing pretty well ever since. Well, minus a few betting scandals here and there for Juventus, but hey-ho, they're doing better than they were, let's just say that anyway. But regardless, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do a part 2 on this with a few more obscure stadiums that you didn't know were defunct, or if you didn't know existed at all. If you did enjoy the video, come on, it's 2024, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Come on, I'm trying to pay me rent here. But regardless, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. See you soon. Bye-bye.